22 Feet Academy TV. Powered by SUV TV. Sponsored by Muscle Milk, the official protein recovery drink of 22 Feet Academy. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner. Under Armour, protect this house. And the Imagine Center, Health and Fitness Club, the official venue of 22 Feet Academy.
And welcome back to the Imagine Center 22 Feet Academy President's Day Showcase. Get ready to roll in with Game 3 of a 5-game slate here on Day 2. This matchup features S4G, also known as Shooting for Greatness, taking on Middle Georgia Prep. S4G out of the Raleigh, North Carolina area. Middle Georgia Prep out of Barnesville. A little bit of a halfway point between Atlanta and Macon. They're in the Peach State of Georgia. You look at both teams coming into today's action. On day one, it was Shooting for Greatness, getting a lopsided win over Combine Black. There on day one, Middle Georgia Prep dropped one the 22 Feet Select, one that they almost stormed back and got a victory in. So we'll see if there's some remnants of that momentum that they take into this game. Jumper off the mark by Cosby, rebounded by Octavius Gage. And now it's in the hands of number 1, Devon Moore. Moore, a key cog to that comeback attempt in yesterday's game. Making plays on both ends to try to pull his team into that one. Moore with it now. Now he'll get it over to Gage. Number 45, San Martin, Rosier. Moore throws it up to Octavius Gage, who gets us our first, not only point, but our first above the rim play of the game. He makes it 2-0. There with that alley in the hoop. No need to touch the rim. All you got to do is splash the nets and make it a 3-2 ball game. That's Medlin, Michael Medlin. Medlin, very good game yesterday. Good game all around for S4G. Medlin, definitely a reason why. Trying to follow his shot there is Holmes, but it's going to go the other way. Here's Rosier to the rack. Rosier makes it a 4-3 ball game. So we're going to have that one go out of bounds. Let's take a look at a Denny's instant replay. Is nice patience there, just sort of probing the defense. They set that up nicely. No one knows where Octavius Gage is. Oh, there he goes. Flushes that one. I like the way this one is starting off. Four to 3 is your score. Plenty of time left. Obviously 18 minutes, 30 seconds, and counting here in the first half. Rosier, nowhere to go, so he finds his teammate who leaves it short off the rim. That's Laramie Hubbard. Not enough on that one for Hubbard. Here's Medlin. He's already got the triple. In a tough position there in the corner. Tries to get it out to Cosby. Cosby comes down with it. Poked away. Moore brings it the other way. He's got Gage to his right. Gage with his first triple of the game. Gage is a gamer. Played his high school ball at Norcross High School. Has put more than a few players on the Division I level. Few of them even playing some pro ball. When you look at Jeremy Lamb, Al-Farouk Aminu, Donnie Lawal, just to name a few. Talked about Michael Medlin. He's got offers from Albany, Radford, Mississippi State as well. Definitely more to come. Player that can do multiple things well out there on the floor. We've got a timeout. We're going to take one with them. When we get back, we'll bring you more from the President's Day Showcase. About ready to get things back going out of the timeout. Michael Medlin set to throw it in for S4G. He'll get it into number 15. That's Marquise Davis. Not sure if we got any old NBA Live players out there, but you know what it means when you see that padlock next to a player in terms of how well he can play defense. Marquise Davis, if this were NBA Live, he'd definitely have that padlock next to his name. He had number 11 on yesterday. He's got number 15 on today. A recent substitution in. He'll bring the ball up. One of the better on-ball defenders that you'll see. Medlin going to try to get his second three-pointer of the game. Mission accomplished. Michael Medlin makes it 7-6. So 7 points for Middle Georgia Prep. Octavius Gage has 5 of them. There's Devon Moore. That shot's off the mark. Rebound by Terrence Golston. You see a lot of the length, whether it's a player like a Medlin or Jaquan Holmes here for S4G, but in terms of their guards are some bruisers. They like to get physical. They like to invade your space. And so far, Middle Georgia Prep welcomes the challenge and responding pretty well out of the gate. And that triple knockdown by number 5, Paul Miller Jr. That'll be a backcourt violation there. So that turnover will give it back to Middle Georgia Prep. Head coach for MGP, Aaron Tribby. Assistant coach, Rodney Winfrey. For S4G got head coach Kyle Solomon, associate head coach Kevin Gibbs, and Jordan Solomon, assistant coach on the staff as well. 6-10, 4-point advantage for MGP. Approaching the 17-minute mark. Moore going to be called for the offensive foul. Now Moore did extend that arm, an easy call for the officials to make, but I can tell you right now, that arm is not going to push Marquise Davis that far. Davis is a sturdy guy in his own right, but also savvy enough to know he beat the ball handler to the spot. The arm was extended, so you sell it, get the call, and now it's S4G's ball along the baseline, Medlin to throw it in. Gage gets to the corner. Rosier. That's Lawhorn. Lawhorn fouled on the play. But see what I mean in terms of that offensive foul call. So you see there, there's no way in the world the chicken wing is going to push Daniels that far, but he got the call. That's a good heads-up play. That's plays a goal. It's Cornelius Lawhorn at the free throw line, making it an 11-6 ball game. That one's off. Paul Miller Jr. going to be called for the foul, trying to attack the glass. Picks up a foul in the process. Georgia Prep still with the lead. Bullet pass, and it's going to be laid in. Nice ball movement there. Anthony Ford lays it in. Prime example on how you beat some pressure. Not wasting it in terms of dribbles and trying to beat it with dribbling only. Patiently passed it around. They get the lay in, and it's a 3-point game. Cosby can't get that shot to go. Strong rebound there by Gage. Foul going to go against Michael Medlin there. What I like about that play is Gage was in a position where it was obvious that there was a foul. He went up rebounding, expecting that one wouldn't be called. He's just looking to snatch the possession out, not looking for a call. Whistle or no whistle, he was going to come away with that one. 3-point game. Lawhorn call for the travel. Subbing in. A guy you don't want to make any wagers on a foot race against for Middle Georgia Prep. Number 3, Isaiah Moody. So Moody going to see his first action of this contest. Gets a steal. Gets it over to Moore. Miller Jr. Be fouled there by number 3. That's D'Angelo Clendenin. Clendenin called for his first foul. Paul Miller Jr. at the free throw line. We take a look at a replay from earlier. Got the triple to go. Miller Jr. out of Mount Zion High School in Jonesboro, Georgia. Talked about Norcross, where Tavius Gage went to, that Clayton County area, put out some athletes as well. The Douglas brothers, they attended Jonesboro High School there in Jonesboro, both Henry and Tony Douglas. Sorry, Harry and Tony Douglas. Mr. Douglas would not be happy if he knew I messed that up like that, but the Douglas family, Clayton County legends athletically. Also a player named M.J. Walker that has some pro-level aspirations there at Jonesboro High School as well, one of the better players in the country. 4-point game, good defense. Medlin forcing Gage into a tough shot. Rebound by Cosby. Now he's looking to push. Did Miller get the charge? No, he didn't. Cosby finishes through the contact and makes it a 10-12 ball game. Lawhorn has that one poked away. Jump ball will be called. One sub in for each squad. In for S4G, number 32, Jaquan Holmes. In for MGP, number 2, that's Brent Gaither. Also there out of Clayton County, he's out of Morrow High School. Miller Jr. catch and shoot. Nice defense by Medlin. He's changed a few shots. There he gets the block. Moody trying to contest. And he's going to send Michael Medlin to the free throw line. We've seen Medlin score in multiple ways. The three-point line has been kind to him here in this game. Hit one from the other side. They're a few minutes back. Getting out to that corner too late. So he knocked down his second of 2 3-pointers here so far. Misses that one off the front of the rim. Had head coach for Evelyn Mack Academy, who also participated in this weekend's event, head coach Greg Primus, on the mic with me for yesterday's S4G game. We were both very impressed with Medlin's ability to score in a variety of ways, outside with the jump shot. Also, great recognition on knowing when to attack off the dribble and use that length inside. It's a mixture of all of those elements in yesterday's victory. Gage says not so fast there with that fast break. Floater, Holmes still got a piece of it. Moody with the offensive rebound in amongst the trees and earning a trip to the charity stripe. 1-point game, 13 minutes, 2 seconds remaining here in the first half. Send Isaiah Moody to the line. Moody out of Poinciana High School there in West Palm Beach, Florida. Good on the first free throw. Also in the game now for Middle Georgia Prep, number 32, Trevor Ogle. Moody good on the second free throw. Davis takes it right at Moody. No good on the shot. Moody with the rebound. Strong move by Davis. Moody not going anywhere. Nice lay-in with the left there for number 2. That's Gaither. He gets his first points of the game. Makes it a 5-point advantage. Taking off. Yeah, that was just a layup. A couple oohs and ahs just at the strides there of Medlin. A sight to see running the floor and getting the lay-in. Ogle over to Moody. Moody out of the corner. No good on the shot. Medlin gets the rebound. Michael Medlin out of Hartford, Connecticut. Appears to be some sort of discrepancy as to who that was out of. Let's take a look at the Denny's instant replay. Look at Medlin just run the floor. Calling for it. You got to give it to him with enough time. Look at those long strides and just, that's covering ground right there. When you're 6'8", you're just running the floor. Pretty simple. So we've got a 3-point game. Just under 12 minutes remaining here in the first half. Get that out of here, says Jonah Cosby as he smacks that one out of there. One of 2 Cosby brothers here on the squad. They get it up top to Gaither. Gaither being guarded by Anthony Ford. Number 15, Christian Hayes in his first action here. Cosby gets the loose ball to Medlin. And I know that's going to prompt a substitution there, as Anthony Ford was just hell-bent on throwing up an alley-oop. He had a layup on one side. He tried to throw it on the other side to oop it up to Medlin. Now Medlin, a 3-pointer. Shot's no good. Strong rebound by Golston, and he's going to go to the line. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say Anthony Ford's probably going to get a breather here after the alley-oop blunder. He's played hard so far, but coach still not happy with the decision there. 5-point game, MGP still leading. Terrence Golston at the line. Not sure what the officials are discussing. Sure, the discussion is probably related to who the foul was called on. So now Coach Solomon heads over, and as well as Coach Tribby, try to get a feel for what's going on. Something is being assessed that's going to result in some technical free throws. First free throw is no good. The only thing that I can think of, I'm not sure, would be that there was I thought it was going to be some sort of discrepancy between the roster book, the official book, and a jersey number or something like that. But given the fact that both teams are getting some technical free throws, I'm not sure what's going on. But I do know it's an 18-13 ball game with 11 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. We've got some formalities to get out of the way in terms of these technical free throws. Middle Georgia Prep's ball there along the sideline. Octavius Gage to throw it in. Good defense there by Jonah Cosby. Got a hand on it initially, couldn't go get it. Gaither trying to avoid the 5 count. Now he gets it to Gage. Gage looking to go to work against Medlin. Back to Gaither. Gaither for 3. Too strong on the shot. There's Marquise Davis. Medlin kicks it to the corner. Davis for 3. He was sizing that one up as he went for the catch. Couldn't get the shot to go. Still a 14-18 ball game in favor of Middle Georgia Prep. Gage puts it on the deck. That'll be a foul against Medlin. Very hard to keep Medlin from scoring. One way to do it is to put as much pressure on him as possible on the defensive end. Maybe if he can pick up a couple fouls, that'll help the case as well. That's his second foul. First free throw good for Gage. Checking back in for Middle Georgia Prep is number 45, San Martin Rosier. Last free throw makes it a 6-point game as we approach the 10-minute mark. Here's Golston. It's at the Davis in the corner. Cosby setting the screen. Davis trying to make the most out of it. He misses the shot. Ball being tipped around, and pulling it out of there is going to be Christian Hay. That's in the hands of Devon Moore. Moore being guarded by Golston. Golston trying to sit in the chair and D up. Moore for 3. No good. Kicks off the back of the rim. Medlin says the rebound is his, and he'll bring it the other way. Guarded by Lawhorn now. Cosby kicks it to the corner. Golston, no good on the 3. Ball going to be tipped out of there. And Isaac Cosby will be called for the foul. So a bonus situation, so that'll mean free throws here for Middle Georgia Prep. (17 foul against S4G, just 14 fouls for MGP. San Martin Rosier at the free throw line. He's out of Heritage High School in Conyers, Georgia. Can't get the front end of the 1-and-1. Golston, strong take. Flopped the head a little bit to accentuate the and one. Doesn't get the call, but gets the 2. Strong take there by Golston. It's a 4-point game. Hubbard kicks it to the corner. That's a good look. Shot won't go, though. It's Cosby. Cosby called for an offensive foul. take a look at that one. Almost looked like the foul was called before the contact actually happened. Might have signaled that Cosby had sort of pushed off as he gathered to go up. Not sure whether the call was on that or the contact afterwards. Either way, S4G comes back on the other end and gets the stop. 4-point game. That pass way too tall for Davis. Well, it was a little high, but Davis was already coming to the ball, so that one just sort of sailed over his head. That was an underhand scoop floater by Devon Moore. So he got fouled on the play, just wanted to get the shot up, try to make the most out of it. That'll be the third foul against Medlin. So you see him here, he's fouled right there. Just sort of scoops it up, floats it in off the glass. That'll push the lead to 6. Middle Georgia Prep unable to make it 7. That one won't stay down. So Medlin will have to sit with his third foul. Jaquan Holmes will be in to try to pick up the slack. Hubbard with the strong rebound. Cornelius Lawhorn called for the travel. Checking back in for Middle Georgia Prep, number 5, Paul Miller Jr. Cosby off the mark on the mid-range. Miller gets it ahead to Moore. Moore floats that one up. Trying to get the charge called there was Davis. Davis tried to sell that one. Official wasn't going. But ball will go the other way. Last touch by Middle Georgia Prep. In for S4G number 20, Chris Garland. Garland's an athlete. Davis to Golston in the corner, who needs to get it out of there in a hurry. Steps out of bounds. More call for the travel. Moore wanted Miller to come to the ball there. Some miscommunication. So that's going to send us to a timeout. 7 minutes, 27 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll be back after this timeout.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
Buzzer sounding, 7:27 left to play here in the first half. A 6-point advantage for Middle Georgia Prep. They've led for the majority of this first half. S4G still trying to get going. We saw an S4G team that really turned the Combine Academy squad they faced yesterday. They turned them over early and often. Middle Georgia Prep, not so much. We haven't seen the same level of S4G pressure we've seen yesterday, but Middle Georgia Prep has shown that they're equipped to handle it. One thing to note, Michael Medlin was off to a good start for S4G. He has 3 fouls here in the first half, so he might end up sitting for the lion's share of this 7 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in the first half. Holmes good on the first free throw. So you're not happy with Medlin having to sit with some early fouls, but if you're Coach Solomon, you like to be able to put a 6'8" guy to replace a 6'8" guy there on the floor. Jaquan Holmes, the sub in that scenario. Lawhorn, strong drive, can't get it to go. Golston couldn't keep the handle on it. We're gonna have a jump ball called. Seemed like one of those, I think the official called a jump ball. As he saw Lawhorn and Golston mixing it up, I didn't see either one of them. I had a tough angle. I didn't really see possession established by either. Seems like the ball was just still in flux with both of those guys going after it. Holmes continuing to slash and attack. That one kicks off the back of the rim, though. Here's Miller Jr. stepping over and fouled on the play. Good move there by Miller. So he gets past Garland there with that play. First free throw, good for Miller. Second one kicks off the back of the rim. Anthony Ford back in the game. Ford in Coach Solomon's doghouse for a quick second after he passed up an open layup to throw a oop that didn't go so well. But sometimes players got to have a short memory. So do coaches over the course of an entire game. Ford back in and contributing. There it's Golston. Always a resource on the glass, can use that strength to finish. Moody called for steps. S4G pulls to within 4. Golston guarded by Gage. Golston wanted a foul on the play. Jeremy Hubbard has it. Up top to Moore, now over to Moody. Moody hasn't gotten a 3 to go yet. That fact remains true. They get the offensive rebound. Gage, his is off the back of the rim. Golston says enough of that. 2 offensive rebounds. That possession is enough. He brings it the other way. Loses the handle momentarily. And Moody called for the foul. Comes the double. Hey, that's foul called on Moore. No, gonna go against Moody actually. That was good defense by Moody on both of those last fouls. He picked up, just got a little overzealous. And both of those times he was in a good position as a defender. One time Golston was up there, well beyond the top of the key. He already picked up his dribble, nowhere to go. Moody kind of reaches in, tries to slap it away, gets called for the foul. Then that last time, he and Moore had a third defender working with him in the half-court line, but they still fouled him. So Moody has to sit. S4G gets the steal, lays it in, and we got a one-possession game. 2-point lead for Middle Georgia Prep. Moore loses the handle. Now here's Ford. Ford, basic pass to Jaquan Holmes, and he lets him put on the above-the-rim touch. Ford learning his lesson. Go ahead, give him that basic pass. Golston rips him on one end, lays it in on the other end, and S4G has taken the lead. Timeout called by Middle Georgia Prep. We'll take one with them, but not before we take a look at the Denny's instant replay for it. I'm going to go for the basic option, pass it to Holmes, and let him do it from there. We'll be right back.
22 Feet Academy TV, powered by SUV TV, sponsored by Muscle Milk, the official protein recovery drink of 22 Feet Academy. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner. Under Armour, protect this house. And the Imagine Center Health and Fitness Club, the official venue of 22 Feet Academy.
Back out of the timeout. We will see how Middle Georgia Prep responds. Led most of the game, now they trail by 2. On the floor for them, it's Lawhorn with the ball. Octavius Gage, who has it now. Laramie Hubbard, number 22, and Devon Moore. Moore off the mark. Paul Miller Jr., the 5th member of that 5 on the floor now. Miller Jr. will head to the line. First free throw off the front of the rim. Laramie Hubbard going to have a seat for Middle Georgia Prep. Back in number 45, San Martin Rosier. Miller will split the pair and make it 24-25. Cosby in a little bit of trouble. That one's going to go off of Middle Georgia Prep. Ford nearly lost it. Changed that nearly till he actually did. Here's Miller Jr. on the other end. He misses. Follow up by Gage going to be nullified, but it'll be another trip to the stripe for Miller Jr. .420 on the game clock. We're in first half action. Miller sinks the first free throw. Ties us up at 25 apiece. Checking back in for S4G. Number 15, Marquise Davis. Michael Meglin will more likely than not sit. for the remainder of this first half. After picking up that third foul. Coach Solomon gets a timeout. We're going to take that timeout as well. 4 minutes, 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. Back from the timeout. Terrence Golston to throw it in for S4G. Score is 25-26. Middle Georgia Prep has regained the lead after that Paul Miller trip to the free throw line. Ford over to Holmes. Holmes back to Ford. Garland gonna try a three of his own. That one rattles around and in. Garland puts S4G back up. 2-point advantage. Here's Miller curling around. That floater went off of his hands. Was curling quickly there, lost the handle on it. That one sails upwards. Miller gets a break. Rosier back in the game. Davis is fouled on the play. That'll be free throws. Both teams in a penalty. They'll shoot free throws for the remaining 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Bonus for S4G. They'll be in the 1-and-1 for Middle Georgia Prep. Double bonus. They'll shoot 2 regardless for the 3:39 remaining. Davis puts S4G up by 3. Second free throw pushes the cushion to 4 points. We come up on 3 minutes. That pass nearly stolen by Golston, but now it's 4 that'll bring it the other way. This time 2 free throws are coming, but on the shot attempt. And Ford leaves that free throw short. Looking to shake that one off. This is that one off the front of the rim. Holmes with the offensive rebound. That one won't stay down, and it's Lawhorn doing a good job of rebounding it, but also keeping his pivot foot. He's going to be fouled on the play by Ford. Lawhorn not happy with the foul. Not sure what's got him so fired up. Ford tried to help him up. Lawhorn didn't want to hear it. But either way, Lawhorn playing with the chip. I can respect it. That's good sportsmanship, but a lot of times things can be too buddy-buddy. All you can ask for is players to play hard, show good sportsmanship. They don't got to hold hands and sing Kumbaya out there. Lawhorn plays like he needs that mouthpiece that he wears. Steps to the line, gets the first free throw to go. Longhorn out of Houston County High School there in Warner Robins. Davis fouled on the play. And even if some of these fouls, I won't call them ticky-tack, but if they're not, fouls that you necessarily have to call, that you can sort of let them play through. If you're Middle Georgia Prep, you see how they're being called. There you see a lot of arms just being reached out. Not too many players moving their feet as Davis weaves through traffic. And the officials are showing you they're making that call. Now both teams with 10 fouls apiece. Got a jump ball as again is Cornelius Lawhorn in there with another rebound. Looked like they signaled a jump ball initially, but now a foul's going to go against S4G. That'll send Lawhorn to the line. You look at the amount of fouls being called and how long this first half is taking. I'm going to make two inferences. One is that either the refs maybe need to loosen up on the whistles just a little bit, maybe not call it as tight, maybe let them play, or the players need to do a better job of fundamental defense. Maybe a little bit more moving of the feet, less reaching if you see the way the refs are calling the game. I don't think it's definitive either way. I think it might be a combination of the two. You can see some smarter decisions on behalf of both teams, and the refs can let them play a little bit more. I think that the solution is somewhere in the medium between those 2 points. Lawhorn is called for the foul, so that's going to send Ghost into the line. Southpaw puts up the first, splashes it through. Good game coming up next in 22 feet national versus Believe Prep. I think we'll have a very good finish in this one as well. Just telling you, you might want to stick with us. Free throws missed, but last touch by Middle Georgia Prep, so it'll stay with S4G. Golston has it poked away. Moore for three. Good. Devon Moore puts Middle Georgia Prep up by one. Working inside the four. That one's going to go off the hands of Garland and out of bounds. Take a look at it. Denny's instant replays. You see Martine Rosier pushing it up. Gets it to a wide open Moore. Splashes it from outside as you see Octavius Gage and Garland get caught up there. Got a 1 point game. Miller for three out of the corner. Solid first half being put together for Paul Miller Jr. His second triple of the first half. Puts Middle Georgia Prep back up by 4. Holmes in need of a lifeline. Not a good possession there. Rebound by Miller Jr. Garland called for the foul. And there you're starting to see some of what I'm talking about. You know, with plays like that, the officials have no choice but to make the call, but that rebound was already secured. So it's just an after-the-fact foul that, you know, aside from the spectator side of it that sees a game being slowed up instead of these teams just being able to, you know, maybe pick up the pace a little bit. Aside from that, over the course of a game, you're picking up some fouls that might be more useful towards the end of this game with the way this one's looking. Miller misses the first free throw. Makes one of two. We've got a 5-point game as we approach the 2-minute mark. Floater by Davis, no good. Golston with the rebound, has it poked away. Nice play there by Miller. Moore gets it to Gage. Moore calls back for it. Good leadership being shown here by Moore, trying to make sure they get the most out of this possession. Gage with the jumper. Tipped by Golston, now in the hands of Davis. Minute 30 and counting on the clock. Forward to Golston, put him in a tough position. Now they get it ahead to Gage. Gage over to Moore. He just hit one from that spot. Can't get that one to go, Gage. Felt like he had a mouse in the house, relatively speaking. It was him on the offensive glass against Ford. Ford tried, but that's a tall order. Dunk missed by Holmes. He's trying to get another one. Rosier going to be called for the travel. Did a good job of bringing that one in. Couldn't keep his footing. Tried to get rid of it before he hit the floor, but the traveling violation will kick it the other way. Exactly 1 minute on the clock. Golston catch and shoot. No good. Gage thought he was going to pull that three. Got to the rack, just couldn't finish. Not a bad drive, even though you don't come away with the points that you want if you're head coach Aaron Tribby. 7-point game. Davis, that one wouldn't stay down for him. And we're going to have a foul. Another sloppy foul there. First free throw miss. Don't have the exact free throw stats in front of me, but Middle Georgia Prep has definitely missed enough to where this could be a double-digit lead. You've seen Paul Miller, who's had a good game, split a couple pairs. Also seen some misses outside of Miller. That first one missed there. You look at 3 or 4 of those being made, you've got a lead that's potentially in the teens versus just 7. That one in and out also. Michael Medlin is checked back into the game. Sure, Coach Solomon could use one bucket from him here if possible. He's had to sit most of the first half due to foul trouble. Golston fakes the pass out to him and instead lays it in. 5-point game. Moore. That one off the front of the rim. Appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. We go into halftime. It's a 5-point advantage for Middle Georgia Prep. Paul Miller Jr. having a solid first half. Nails that one from the corner. We'll be back after halftime.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
Ready to get the second half rolling. 33-38 is your score. 5-point advantage for Middle Georgia Prep. We will see how this second half plays out. I look for both teams to be a little bit more disciplined on the defensive end. It's Middle Georgia Prep led for the most, for the majority of that first half. But there were some lead changes there. But MGP was always able to respond. That one's going to be blocked off of Moore. MGP retains possession. Foul on the three-point shot attempt. Not only are you fouling a jump shooter, giving him 3 free throws, but that is the 4th foul against Michael Medlin. Medlin goes and sets up on the block knowing that he's probably going to have to come out. With that being his 4th foul, 19 minutes, 39 seconds. Not even a full minute into the second half. He's going to have to sit. Octavius Gage at the line. And Gage good on the first free throw. 1 of 3. Chilly day here in Greenville, South Carolina. Well, he's been averaging around the 20s and the 30s over the past couple days, so Medlin is going to have to become a spectator for a good portion of this second half as well. Impartial, of course, just want to see a good game here. And Michael Medlin being on the floor for any of us watching helps contribute to that game, but he picks up his 4th foul. He's going to have to sit. So if your S4G is next man up, Jaquan Holmes is back in the game. He can't get that shot to go. Moore ahead to Gage. Gets it to Hubbard. Hubbard looking to go to work against Holmes. Moore for 3. No good on the shot. Cosby from the corner. Won't go. Here's Moore. Moore ahead to Miller. Paul Miller Jr. headed to the free throw line. The Jonesboro, Georgia native putting together a good game so far. First free throw's good. Coast to coast, strong finish. Marquise Davis. Shows he has some speed to go along with the strength, but it's Gage attacking on the other end. So Octavius Gage, former Norcross Blue Devil, heads to the free throw line. Talked about the Norcross squad on the boys' side, very strong program. The girls basketball program also one that is known not only across the state but in other parts of the country. Head coach Angie Hembry there, Coach Maya Moore in high school. It was at Collins Hill there in Gwinnett County, but now she's at Norcross. As head coach for Diamond DeShields, who's a Tennessee Lady Volunteer now, but won a few state championships there at Norcross under Coach Angie Hembry. Turnover produces another turnover. Cosby going to stop on a dime. That one's off the back of the rim. Hubbard with the rebound, protects it, gets it to Moore. Moore to Gage. Gage floats it up. Laramie Hubbard follows up with the tip in. Lead now 10 for Middle Georgia Prep. Four gonna try a three out of the corner. Much needed response there by Anthony Ford. We get a timeout, we're gonna take one with them. Anthony Ford played hard this entire game. They needed a response. There, it cuts the lead to single digits. See what happens after this commercial break. Timeout is over. We get back to the action. 7-point game after that Anthony Ford three-pointer. He's got the defensive assignment here against Moore. Now they work it into Gage. Gage being guarded by Cosby. Good touch there on the shot. Gage makes it a 9-point game. Ford having to work to keep that in bounds. He turns it over. Here's Hubbard. Hubbard bullet pass inside to Gage, who uses the power dribble to gather himself and lay it in. Lead back to 11. Safety played there by Hubbard. He tips it to Rosier. Rosier has it blocked by Cosby. Cosby's running. Pass intended for Holmes. He couldn't keep it in bounds, but he saves it right to Golston, who's been running all over the place and doing what he can to try to ignite something in his team. A lot of it has been around the glass, but there it's Moore dropping it off to Miller and pushing him back on defense. Those two are big. Coach Aaron Tribby's Middle Georgia Prep squad. Another turnover. Those are not going to help. The S4G calls the reverse. Gage gets caught up. Hubbard and gang are just out hustling S4G right now. And those turnovers are putting them in a tough position. Ford with the assist, Holmes with the lay-in. Cuts the gap to 13. It'll be a travel against Martine Rosier. So a couple substitutions coming from Middle Georgia Prep. Number 2, Brent Gaither is in the game. Number 15, Christian Hay, as well as number 23, Cornelius Lawhorn. See if S4G tries to use those substitutions to make a run. Not that those aren't capable guys coming in, but it's not the same level of momentum when you look at a Hubbard, who's going to get a breather. Martine Rosier and Devon Moore also sitting. Devon Moore is that main substitution that you got to watch with him being out of the game. He's really a catalyst for Middle Georgia Prep, an extension of Coach Tribby out there on the floor. No call. Hay gets it to Miller. Miller, after Cosby goes for the strip, Miller lays it in. 15-point lead now. Golston trying to make something happen. Almost commits a frustration foul there as well. Gage Got twisted up there, couldn't get the shot to go. Now here's Cosby. Cosby fouled by Lawhorn. Holmes working along the baseline. Too strong on the shot. Stepping through was Hay. Gaither passes up on a three-point attempt. Fouled on the play. So Brent Gaither goes to the free throw line with a chance to make it a 17-point advantage instead of 15. 5 in the game for Middle Georgia Prep. Gaither at the line. Isaiah Moody, number 3. Number 23, Cornelius Lawhorn. Number 15, Christian Hay. And number 5, Paul Miller Jr. So a relatively small lineup on the floor out there for Middle Georgia Prep, with Octavius Gage and Laramie Hubbard both getting breathers. Lead is now 16. Davis, real sense of urgency as you see him drive to the cup. Fouled him, will go to the line. Who's going to step up for S4G and try to bridge this gap while they fight to not only make sure the lead doesn't expand, but find a way to do a more consistent job of scoring on the offensive end so that you close it. Gotta have the freebies. Davis misses the first. Jaquan Holmes sits down for S4G. Back in the game, Isaac Cosby. Moody over to Gaither. Now here's Hay. Hay called for the travel. In for S4G, number 20, Chris Garland. Garland wants to post up against Hay. Ford, nice pass in the reverse by Cosby. Nice work there by Anthony Ford. Now 44-58. Ogle can't get that one to bounce around and fall for him. Gaither over to Hay. Hay lines up that three ball, no good. Rebound snatched out of there by Cosby. And we're gonna have a foul on the play. Ref had a better angle than me, but the thing is, that seemed like a pretty late call. So you can understand why Coach Solomon might not be the happiest with the call. Christian Hay trying to get it in. Gaither lost his footing, so it'll go back over to S4G. Cosby gonna try the three-pointer. No good. Skying for the rebound there as Isaiah Moody weaves through two defenders. Got Garland coming. Garland hustles, sticks with the play, and knocks it out of bounds off of Moody. Got a full timeout coming. We'll take one with them. S4G just trying to stick around in this one. Nice pass there by Moody. The reverse. Good there for Isaac Cosby.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
Resuming play from the timeout. It's a 14-point lead for Middle Georgia Prep. S4G with a blowout victory yesterday over Combine. Middle Georgia Prep with a loss to 22 Feet Select after their comeback attempt fell just short. Davis with the and one. Pulls them to within 12. Asked the question of who's going to step up in Michael Medlin's absence right now due to the foul trouble. Davis, a likely candidate. Strong move inside, able to finish through the contact. There via the Denny's instant replay. Octavius Gage checks back into the game for Middle Georgia Prep. Also number 20, Lavaris Peterkin is in for MGP. That three-point play the hard way for Davis pulls them to within 11 points. Gage, good shot, nice touch. A 13-point lead. Back up top to Davis, who's guarded by Moody. Good defense by Moody, better offense by Davis. Cookie's taken. Ford with the steal. He's got Gaither that's back already. He misses the layup. Davis follows up. He's got the last 6 points for S4G. Cuts the gap down to single digits. It's a 9-point game. There's Ogle. Ogle spinning inside and finishes. Trevor Ogle, the Mountain View High School attendee. He had pushed it out to 11 points. Now it's a 9-point game. Marquise Davis trying to step up big over the past couple minutes. Not sure you can defend that shot any better than Moody did. It's a tough shot knocked down there by Davis. .11 minutes, 25 seconds remaining here in the game. 11-point lead. Number 11 ready to throw it in for Middle Georgia Prep, Tavius Gage. Gator with the ball, trying to turn things up. It's Davis. Cosby guarding Gage. Gage has it poked away, chases it down. S4G trying to crank this defense up out of the timeout. Nice defense there by Davis, able to keep his pivot foot. Cosby goes to the deck to get it, and Ford gets it up ahead to Davis. Davis guarded by Ogle. Recognition that he had the advantage there in that matchup. Put it on the floor and was able to float it up and in. Marquise Davis, heck of a stretch down here over the past couple minutes. Pulls them to within 7. Aside from the scoring, they've really stepped it up on the defensive end. Then Davis comes and takes the charge. You're Coach Solomon, you want to be in a position to get to within, 4 or 5 points, maybe even close the gap, but be right there in close striking distance. So whenever Michael Medlin can return to the game. In the meantime, you can't focus on his return. You got to do what you can to make sure this thing stays at single digits, and that's what Marquise Davis has done, as we're going to have a technical foul. So we're going to have a technical foul against head coach Aaron Tribby. And one of the things you'll see in that last play where Davis took the charge, even if that charge isn't called, even if it's a no call there, they had come over the top and blocked that one. So overall, you're seeing more pep in the step for S4G. 10 minutes, 29 seconds remaining here in this game. Technical free throws coming. Marquise Davis. It's been a team effort, but he's trying to put the team on his back in terms of his energy plays and what he's doing. At the free throw line. That one in and out. Gets the second free throw. Take a look at the bucket he made before taking that last charge. Gets the step on Ogle. Gage comes over to help. But Marquise Davis, a man on a mission over the past few minutes. Coach Tribby still getting an explanation from an official. I'm not sure what coach is arguing, but he's passionate about it for the most part. It's something he feels very strongly about because he hasn't complained much to the officials here in these past 2 days. So if he's that up in arms about it, something he feels strongly about, but we play on. Shot missed. Now Gage has it. I want to see how Devon Moore specifically responds to this for Middle Georgia Prep. Given his position as floor general out there, Paul Miller Jr. has also been a player that's gotten them what they've needed when they've needed it. Offensive foul going to go against Middle Georgia Prep. It's a 6-point game. Pass in the corner to Garland. He keeps it in bounds by getting it to Cosby. Cosby has it poked away. Here's Gage. Gage. Get it to Miller. Miller Jr. catch and shoot. 3. No good. Hubbard goes for the offensive rebound. Tips it to himself. He'll gather it. Trying to get rid of it. And it's going to be snatched out of there by Isaac Cosby. Both teams in the bonus, so it'll be free throws for the remainder of this game, the whole 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Lane violation. Gonna send it the other way. Tough shot there by Miller Jr. Good defense by Davis. Martin Rosier keeping it alive by tipping it to Miller, who's going to go to the line. First free throw. Knocked down by Miller Jr. Second one is good with 8:51 on the game clock. 8-point lead. Cosby misses the shot. Michael Metlin is checked back into the game. He has that one knocked away. Anthony Ford sticking with it. This is a 6-point game. Michael Metlin glad to have the shooting shirt off and out there on the court. As spiffy as those camouflage S4G shooting shirts are, I'm sure he would rather be out there in his game jersey performing. And Paul Miller says, welcome back. Knocks down a triple to make it 58-67. Now a turnover. Moore trying to take it right at Mellon. You can tell they have no problem being able to get him his 5th foul quickly. Erasing that one is Laramie Hubbard. Now he's running. Good hustle by Isaac Cosby, but in trying to hurry up and get that to Ford, Gage sticks with it, and they get the steal. That one knocked out of there by Cosby. Miller continues to do a good job of getting to the line. So Paul Miller Jr. has made quite a few trips to the free throw line here in this game. That's the 3-point line. Cosby trying to make sure he shows that he didn't foul him. No foul called. Knocked that 3 down in the scores book. 58-67, 7:41. Remaining lead back to double digits. .11-point game after Miller knocks that free throw down. Martine Rosier called for the foul. So that's going to send Michael Medlin to the line. If you're S4G, you want to be able to see him get there. Not only is it free points, but you can help him get a rhythm going. After having to sit for a while for foul trouble, it's always interesting to watch a player and whether he tries to get it all back as soon as he checks in, since he's so anxious to help his team out, or if he's able to come in and try to transition seamlessly just by kind of playing within the flow. See how Medlin comes in. Gage guarded by Golston. Good defense by Golston. He was poked away by Ford. So Isaac Cosby will bring it across. Sorry, that's Jonah Cosby. Jonah Cosby with the floater. I want to get the Cosby brothers mixed up as they try this comeback attempt, down by 9. Looked like Miller Jr. stepped out of bounds. Miller Jr. does a great job of when he attacks, more times than not, it's either going to be a bucket or he's going to go to the line. Positions his body well to make sure he doesn't have too many empty trips. Medlin knocks down a three-pointer. Had a very good start prior to picking up that foul trouble. Had 2 early threes. There he gets a big one that pulls them to within 6. They fought without him for most of this game. Now they finally got him. Ford called for a foul. Clifton Powell Jr. Attended 22 Feet Academy. His father, Clifton Powell Sr., Pinky, off one of the Friday movies. The referee kind of gave Ford one of those say one more word kind of looks there after he made that foul call. That's Ford trying to fire the troops up. Picks up a ticky-tack foul there, but still just down 8 points. Gage got a fingertip on that. Some miscommunication in terms of where the pass is going. Martine Rosier trying to save it. Our sponsors should not only appreciate the exposure, but some of the guys trying to take good care of the signs. They're very soft, so if you run right through them, you won't feel much. A couple guys have just been leaping over them. So not only trying to win a game, but trying to keep the sponsors' impressions intact. You see that move right there by Michael Medlin, not just a three-point shooter. That's some of what we saw him do a lot of yesterday. In terms of attacking, being able to use that length to finish inside. Now Miller Jr. going to be called for a foul. So it'll be S4G's ball there along the baseline. 6'8" player that can shoot it and also attack. The jump step and the lay-in off the glass. 6-point game, under the 6-minute mark. 5 minutes, 54 seconds, and counting. S4G just moving different with Medlin out there on the floor. Great presence, ball's tipped around, and going to be last touch by Gaither. Marquise Davis, glad to have one of his running mates, Michael Medlin, back out there on the floor. He had a huge stretch to keep them in the game, but now it's Medlin back in and making his presence known here as he makes it a 3-point game. That's what big players do. And he takes the offensive foul. Miller Jr. trying to make something happen, tries to run through Medlin. and he is called for the foul. That is what big players do. They might have a game where they're off, get into foul trouble. Got to find a way to do what it takes to help your team win. If that happens to be you scoring the ball, then that's what it takes. Medlin can do that. He's got 2 3-pointers since checking back into the game. 3-point contest. Here's Davis hanging in the air and finishing. These two have had to go at it on the offensive end in terms of making it happen for their team, but they've done it in separate junctures. Now they're on the court trying to make it happen together, and it's a 1-point game. We're under 5 minutes to play. Miller Jr., catch and shoot. No good. Golston has it poked away by Gage. S4G can take the lead here on this possession. Davis, he's feeling it. Call for the offensive foul there, though. He's been able to get to the 3rd level at will there. They just sort of camped out, waited for him to get there, but he's beating his man every time. Good job of stepping up and taking the charge there. Good call by the official. It's always so hard to judge those calls, and they can't slow it down and make the call. They have to make it game speed. So credit to those guys. Miller gave him credit for really being able to draw some. That's a tough call right there. Gave Miller credit for always being able to draw contact and get to the line. Did you see Medlin get there inside the Middle Georgia prep huddle? It looked like pretty good defense there. But the foul call going to go against S4G. I look at this being a very locked in 4 minutes and 19 seconds for both squads. But you look at Medlin showing some humor, getting right there in that Middle Georgia prep huddle. I think part of that is saying we're not going anywhere. Part of that is being lighthearted and appreciating the fact that it's a whistled foul, but it's not against him. On the next whistle against him is going to mean having to watch this one. Pair of free throws split, 2-point game. Tough shot by Davis off the back of the rim. Nice job of keeping it alive. Tips it out to himself, does Medlin. Medlin trying to get that side by himself. Guarding the shorter Martin Rosier. Now he'll kick it to Golston. Golston for 3. Big play made there. Had the one-on-one matchup, did Medlin, didn't force a shot. Instead, kicked it out to Golston. Golston hits a big 3-pointer, and they're up by 1. Medlin had the rebound initially, poked away. Now Golston gets it ahead to Davis. Davis, he's got Holmes in the corner. Holmes working along the baseline, and the lay-in. 75-72. You're Coach Solomon. You don't really have time to rest on your laurels. You've only got a 3-point lead. You know Middle Georgia Prep isn't going anywhere, but you got to feel good about having Medlin on the bench minutes ago, having to put Holmes in. Now you got both of those 6'8 guys on the floor trying to complete this comeback, but Devon Moore leading by example and getting a much-needed bucket for Middle Georgia Prep. It's a 1-point game. Here's Davis. Davis hesitates for a second, goes right at Lawhorn and lays it in. Timeout. So a timeout on the floor. We're going to take one with them, man. We've got a good one here. A lot of fouls called. Been a slow game at times, but it's heating up. So is Michael Medlin there from the corner right in front of Coach Solomon. We'll be back after this quick break.
22 Feet Academy TV. Powered by SUV TV. Sponsored by Muscle Milk, the official protein recovery drink of 22 Feet Academy. Denny's, welcome to America's Diner. Under Armour, protect this house. And the Imagine Center, Health and Fitness Club, the official venue of 22 Feet Academy.
Crucial stretch coming here for both teams. 2 minutes, 54 seconds. Remaining there on the game clock. Tavius Gage inbounds it to Martin Rosier. He's guarded by Anthony Ford, who's done a lot of little things throughout this game to help his team be in the position they are now. That's a step-back jumper by Moore. No good. Lawhorn attacking the offensive glass. Medlin with another rebound. Man, he's been crucial since he's come back into the game. Gets it to Davis. It's a three-point game. They tip it out to Medlin. Medlin for three. Ice cream. Tickling the twine. Michael Medlin with a big jumper there for S4G. Had the loose ball tipped to him. It's now a 6-point contest as we approach the 2-minute mark. Guarded by Lawhorn. Heat check. Good, off the glass. Banks open for Michael Medlin. And my apologies there on your scoreboard. My apologies there on the scoreboard as we had a little discrepancy there, but now that's the correct one. That's 74-83 and Michael Medlin. Like I said, big players, they just make big plays. And Marquise Davis, he's made a lot of them here in this game. Rolls that one out there. It doesn't matter how you get it over to him, whether you serve it on a platter or it bounces to him 3-4 times. Michael Medlin locked in, splashes that one. That one looked a little bit prettier than the one that went in off the glass. Either way, they're both worth 3, and they both have helped make it a 9-point game. Here's we've got 1 minute 58 seconds remaining here in the second half. Talk about big players making big plays. I can remember the Flying to the Hoop Invitational. We broadcasted there in Dayton, Ohio a few weeks back. Actually, MLK weekend in January, and you had Josh Jackson from Prolific Prep. Was bothered by it wasn't broken, it was a semi-broken finger, and so wasn't having the game that he necessarily wanted to. They had a chance to tie the game against Huntington Prep and Miles Bridges, and they turned the ball over before he could even get a touch. He was livid. So livid he was slamming the hand or the finger that he had almost broken on the floor. But to make a long story short, some free throws were missed, and they had a chance to tie the game. They threw a full court heave. He caught it at the top of the key with 1 second and splashed it. You went from a moment of frustration to a moment of clutchness just that quickly. Maybe not as dramatic in terms of what Michael Medlin is doing right now, but you get it. You get the comparison. Big player not having the game that he wants to, but finding a way to make it happen when he needs to. Paul Miller Jr. trying to be that for Middle Georgia Prep. He makes it 76-83. It's a 7-point game. Now they turn it over. Miller Jr. has it. Hangs in the air, shot off, had to go to his left with it. Moore trying to steal it. Davis just trying to hold on. And they're going to say off the foot of Moore. 1 minute, 24 seconds remaining here in the game. It's a 7-point lead for S4G. Checking in for them is going to be number 20, Chris Garland. Garland was about to check in, but now they'll have him sit back down. So I imagine S4G going to try to run a little bit of clock here. Davis spins out of trouble, now over to Golston. Golston, Martin Rosier trying to set up for the charge. None is called, and instead it's going to be a lay-in by Ant Ford. They'll make it a 9-point game. Moore, they don't have a ton of time to work with, and Ford going to be called for the foul. The foul is called, but he's got to be smarter than that. You've seen the way they called the game. This game had a ton of fouls. We haven't had a game run over schedule really this entire weekend. This next game was slated to start at 6:15. It's 6:25 already. So you can see how the officials are making calls. They're definitely not shy about it. There you've got a guy trapped between the sideline, the baseline, really nowhere to go. So it's no need to be overzealous and get the foul called there. Then you send them to the line with a chance to score without the clock moving. It's now an 8-point game. Seven-point game after that Moore free throw. They get it to Golston. Golston trying to tightrope along the sideline. Foul gonna go against Middle Georgia Prep. That'll send Golston to the line, the Cincinnati, Ohio native. Good on the first free throw. So if they can complete this win, not only would S4G have a lopsided victory over Combine yesterday, but this would be a very battle-tested win here this evening. Currently up by 9, so in a good position to be 2-0 on the weekend. Rebound by Ford. Foul going to go against Martine Rosier. Tell you what, these players are going to be tired after this game. Both teams leaving it all on the floor. These officials should sleep well tonight as well. They've given it their all. About as hard or as much as you can blow a whistle, they've blown it. They should get a Gatorade after this game. Replace the electrolytes immediately. In and out on the free throw, a 10-point game, 35 seconds on the clock. Gaither gets it over to Paul Miller Jr. Miller Jr. off the mark there on the three-point attempt. Ball's loose, both teams fighting for it. Devon Moore right there in the middle. No, not Devon Moore. I'm a mistake on that. That's number 10, D'Angelo Thomas. Quan Holmes fouled on the play. Holmes at the free throw line. (78-89). Number 10 for Middle Georgia Prep steps out of bounds. As you can tell, S4G already thinking about their trip home, hopping on 85 with a victory. Didn't look like it would be easy to make it happen, as it looks like Middle Georgia Prep isn't going to foul. Golston trying to say, take that with you. Thought they might just dribble it out. Golston says, no, sir. Splashes that one, makes it 78-92. Still playing hard as Lawhorn. Miller Jr. going to try a three-pointer. Long rebound. Ahead to Medlin. And that is going to do it We appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. A big win there for S4G. Your final score 78-92. Big plays by Michael Medlin. There we see the assist via the Denny's replay. Terrence Golston, that was a 3 he hit earlier in the game. That'll do it. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV.